One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. Grace and peace be multiplied unto you. When you look around today, there's a lot of single mother households. There's a lot of single mother households with sons in those single mother households. No father around, no father even trying to be around. Maybe it was a bad situation, maybe the relationship didn't work for whatever type of reason, but the children are the ones who suffer the most because two grown adults made a bad decision on getting together, and they wasn't ready for what the gift that came from that. They wasn't ready to do what was right because them two wasn't really in love with each other, or they wasn't really looking at each other for any potential. They were just hooking up. Well, we got to stop the hookup stuff first of all, and get back to what's really important. Nobody wants to talk about that, but that's the truth of the matter. We got too many babies out here born outside of wedlock. That's the first thing. The other thing about it is these moms are doing their best to raise these kids. But these moms are only, for the sons, she can only instill in the son what's inside of her. And she's not a man. So since she's not a man, there's no way she can instill in the son what needs to be instilled. She can raise him to be a great human being. She can raise him to be a great, caring person. But she can't raise him to be a man. There are certain things about being a man that a woman just don't have in her to give. She means well, she's doing her best, but she can't make him a man. And you as a father, you got to go back around and get a hold of your situation and do what's right for your sons. Because your sons are going to grow up and get out here in this world, either be a productive citizen or they're going to be a menace to society. Which one do you want? And the stats say that fatherless homes produce the most violent children, or at least the ones that go out and commit the most crime, because there's no father in the home. That's a fact. Because after a certain age, the son outgrows the mother, and the son starts to believe that he can outpower the mother. He's now the man of the house, so he's going to act as such. He's going to start going and coming as he pleases, and the mother can't do anything about it if she don't want to, unless she wants to get violent with him. And a lot of mothers are too easygoing and nice. They don't have that streak in them to tighten up a son like he need to be. You a father just like most fathers out here. You know that point in time in your life where if your father was around you or some male figure was around you, you know that time where you felt like you was bigger and badder than your mom and you wanted to try her. You was ready to push that envelope. But if you had a male around you, he checked you right away. But if you didn't have that, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But that's what you got to be at that point in time. Because if a son without no discipline and without no manly way teachings, that's a son is on his way to the penitentiary. Stats say that. You can say not my son. Well, stats say that that's what happens mostly. So it's a possibility that it could be your son, according to statistics. So you got to get back into your children's lives. It doesn't matter if you don't like the mother. This ain't about her. It's about your child. And if you can't properly do it that way, then you take it through the system. Stop trying to look out for her because you're scared that what's going to happen if you take her through the system to have access to your child. And if you got child support, pay it. That's all I can tell you. Pay your child support. Or else get back with the mother of your child. Don't just get back, well, I can't tell you what not to do, but you did the wrong thing already by having a child outside of wedlock. But since you already done that, now you gotta make it right. You can't go by what they tell you on social media. Everybody's saying don't do this, trying to tell men to act like this and act like that. Look, man, the child is the only one who suffers in this situation. We can't be those selfish parents. We have to do what's right, even if it seems dumb at the time. But do what's right for your children. They're the most important out of this whole situation. Your children are the most important. They didn't ask to be here. You decided that they should be here. So as a father, make sure you go back and do what's necessary to be the father you're supposed to be to your child, regardless of the relationship between you and the child's mother. because your child can go out here and not understand anything about manhood, because he taking all his emotional reactions, he getting them from how his mom reacts. And you know, as men, you cannot react like a woman can, or like a woman reacts to situations, because an emotional man is a very violent man. An emotional man does not think with logic. An emotional man is he's very impulsive. He's gonna do something very, spontaneous without a thought, and that's usually the ones who end up in prison. See how they all go together? Fathers' homes usually produce the most prisoners, and then also fathers' homes is also where the sons don't know how to process emotions correctly. They process them like a woman. See, women can get away with that. As a man, we always testosterone, strength, power, and our emotions get the best of us. Somebody getting hurt, or we gonna get hurt. You see, so they need to be checked and be regulated, but only you can do that as a father. That's the way that goes. The biological father. You need to put this in perspective and think about what I'm saying. Get back in your child's lives. If you got daughters, get in her life too. Help her understand what's going on with men. I don't care what type of man you are. Women say something like, "Well, you wouldn't want your daughter to," they throw that in your face. Or maybe you would want your daughter to be around a guy like you, and you probably wouldn't want your son to be with around a woman like her. But the point of it is getting your daughter's lives too. And no matter what type of man you are, your daughter still loves you. She will still love you, no matter what type of man you are, as long as you are honest and real. And you can give her knowledge on how she should navigate through life, and that she's not out here looking for a replacement for you and end up in the hands of the wrong type of dude, because that's typically what's going to happen. So I'm emphasizing on sons, but I'm throwing a little bit of the daughters in there too. So make sure you do what you got to do. Stop letting nonsense, trivial things get in the way between you and your children. Get back into your children's lives and be the man that you're supposed to be. Don't worry about what people got to say. Do what you got to do. Do what's right. Go do the right thing, man. It's going to be all right. Just do the right thing. Take care.